Hello, my name is Navigator, and today's video is going to be a little different than what I usually post on the channel. What I'm going to be doing today is giving my opinion, my review on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. I don't really have anything more to talk about really than that. I am a huge Call of Duty fan. I'm 21 right now, so I grew up in the era of just coming off the cusp of shit talking in MW2 lobbies, but I was around right when Black Ops 2 was out. I was still in middle school, high school. I think I was still in middle school. So I would come home, spend an hour on homework, and then I had the rest of the day to play with all my friends. I guess even before that, I got my first console, my Xbox console, back in 6th grade, and I wanted it because all my friends were playing Black Ops, so that was the year that Black Ops first came out, and I was like, you know what, if I get an Xbox, I'm going to play every Call of Duty that there ever has been and there ever will be, and I have kept that promise except for one exception, and that's going to be last year's Call of Duty Vanguard. To keep it brief, I loved Modern Warfare 2019, which I'll talk about a little bit later as well. Cold War was okay, but what I had anticipated with Vanguard is what they were going to do was have the same, kind of engine, same setup, same structure as Modern Warfare and Cold War, which Cold War copied from Modern Warfare, and I just didn't want to play the same game 3 times, even if it was reskinned. That's really what I have to say about Vanguard. But anyways, I'm a huge fan of the Modern Warfare series. Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, I think, are the best in the entire series. Aside from that, the story of those games it's one of the best stories in gaming history. I was watching a video today, it's the rise and fall of Task Force 141. There was stuff you don't see in any other games, like in Modern Warfare, that nuke going off, 30,000 men in the blink of an eye gone. That was something that we hadn't seen in a long time. A lot of crazy stuff, seeing main characters die, like when Soap died, when Gaz, and who else was there, when not Bowman, I forget his name, starts with a G, I think. I forget. Anyways, it's just such a great story. And then come to Modern Warfare 3, where you have, Sandman, Grinch, Truck, Frost, and they all sacrifice themselves, man. I literally, not even joking, and you might think this is crazy, I have a picture of Operation Kingfish, which was the collaboration between Task Force 141, the British SAS, whatever, and American troops. And I thought that was just so cool. One of the best stories, really, in gaming history. And it just really, even though they're fictional, I think that the morals that these games portray, aside from the violence and the gunfire, stuff like that, these people are people that, even in a fictional sense, you can look up to. So that's just my emotional part about this series, but let's talk about MW2. I first want to talk about the campaign. I only have a couple opinions about multiplayer, but campaign really stood out to me. And I'm making this video right now because I'm seeing a lot of stuff about people talking about how this campaign is garbage. And listen, I have some problems with it, but man, this has been one of the best campaigns we've had in a long time. Cold War's campaign, the Vanguard's campaign, I did not play. Obviously, I didn't play that game at all. I thought it was trash. But Cold War's campaign I did play, and I just thought it was like a cheesy kind of Red Scare, communist, secret spy, cliche bullshit. And then the whole ending where they both raise the guns, I thought that was so stupid. And I have some problems with the ending of this game, but they're far different than the one with Cold War. So let me just go to the top of the roster here of the missions. So number 1, Strike. It was a very short mission, but I thought that was really, really cool. It gave us a nice insight into how the graphics were going to be, how the game was going to be. You're playing as Ghost, maneuvering, spotting, stuff like that. Killer Capture was really cool. I like how you kind of, after that first short mission, you immediately go into that night vision, night ops, just like, Clear House or whatever it was called in the original, Modern Warfare 2019. Wet work was great. I love how they're implementing the use of the whole underwater motion. I like how the moving in water is a lot more realistic than it used to be in the other Call of Duty games. And they usually do in the campaign, they do the aerial, they do the car chase, the tank mission, stuff like that. There's not a lot that you're kind of working underwater in a stealth thing, as opposed to just a normal stealth one. The only other one I can think of like that was the original Black Ops. Tradecraft was nice. It kind of gave you that like whole like hidden civilian like reconnaissance thing, and then shit hits the fan. You got to get the fuck out of there. I thought that was great too. It kind of your cover's blown, all that. That was really awesome. I liked that a lot. There's not. I feel like there's not a lot of like extraction missions in Call of Duty campaigns, and I do fuck with like extraction stuff a lot, where it's like, holy shit, we got to get there fast. I love that. Borderline, fucking amazing. I love how you gotta climb over the border into the United States. I thought that was so cool. And you're like running through people's yards in southern Texas, and people are like, get the fuck out of here. But my favorite part about that mission was how you have to aim at those two Latino men, and you're going back and forth between them, and they're kind of like slowly reaching for a weapon. Not to make a stereotype by any means, but they're slowly reaching for a weapon and stuff, and you got to make sure they don't pull that out. And I love how you have to go back and forth between them, because I've had to play that checkpoint over a couple times because I would focus on one and the other. It was really, really cool. I loved that so much. It reminded me a lot of Battlefield Hardline. Cartel Protection. Let me think of which one this was. Oh yes, this is when you're out in the woods or whatever. When what's his name, Rodriguez, gets shot by the sniper. I honestly don't remember too much about this aside from the waterfall jump. I thought that was really cool. Reminded me of the old Harrison Ford movie, Fugitive. What is it? I didn't kill her. I don't care. I forget. But yeah, that was a alright mission. It wasn't the best one, but I thought that was pretty fun. The graphics and you know what? That was really fun. Going downhill at the end and like running away, that was really cool. I loved that so much. Alright. Close Air, I mean, nothing really too great I can say about this. The one thing I can't say was kind of like a bug. I feel like in the other Call of Duty missions or campaigns, and or if you're using like an AC-130, you had to wait until they said like you're clear to fire to shoot. And what happened with this is enemies would come out, and at first I was waiting for the announcer to, or not the announcer, but like Overlord or whatever, to say like you're clear to fire, because I thought I'd be penalized if I fired or if I pre-fired, and that wasn't the case. You could actually just mow down the enemies before they even said anything, and you could be done with the mission basically like 2 minutes before the like Soap and Ghost and those guys get to the objectives. I thought that was kind of stupid. You can kind of just like breeze by it. It was really, really easy. The other ones have been hard. I don't know. Hardpoint. Graves and the ground team fight cartel reinforcements to keep Hassan secure. I forget which mission that is. Yeah, I don't know. But let's move on. Recon by Fire I thought was really fun because I'm not too great, nor am I too interested in like long range encounters and like being stealthy with a sniper. I love rushing in and stuff like that. This took me a couple tries, but I did actually, I ran through there, Blazing Saddles, went all the way in there with Ghost, behind me, and I eventually got into the lighthouse, all that shit. It was a little difficult, but I managed to do it all solo, so that was really fun. Recon by Fire was hella cool. My favorite part about it, though, was the big, like, mountainside environment they gave you, and it was a thing where, maybe it was Price you were with. Was it Price, or was it Ghost? I forget. Anyways, you have to like move along the mountainside because sometimes enemies will be like in a different position and you're trying to get like a double kill. That was really cool. I figured they might have given you like 100 yards to run, but you could go like literally like almost like a quarter mile down the side of the mountain to try to get a better position. That was awesome. Violence and timing. This was really, really cool. I did like this car chase one. I specifically liked the part where you're hanging upside down in the helicopter. My girlfriend was here with that, and she was watching it. Her mind was blown. And I loved the jumping from car to car. That was really cool, too. But nothing else to really say about that. El Sin Nombre, Soap Alejandro Ghost, Graves, Hatchet Plane, Infiltrate. Oh, this was pretty cool. Yeah. When you're walking in there and you got to meet with Diego, and he's like, oh, you're Soap, and there's like the interrogation thing. That was crazy. I thought that when that guy actually got shot in the head, the way that his body or his head recoiled, I thought that was pretty realistic. But nothing really too else about that. Dark Water was really cool. I remember before the game came out, they released like 10 minutes of footage from like this mission where you're in the boat with Graves. I thought that this mission looked really great, especially the explosion at the end. That was so fucking cool. However, my favorite mission by far in this entire fucking Modern Warfare like new series is this mission right here alone. Now I hear people saying, oh, this is boring, it was really difficult. Fuck that. This was by far one of the best Call of Duty missions I have ever played in my entire Call of Duty career. I thought it was so cool how, you're already injured starting off the mission. So, like, when you run, you're, like, wincing and stuff. He's already shot in the arm, so you're kind of, like, disabled. You have no weapons at all. You got to forage for stuff. You got to sneak around. This took me, I want to say, like, half a day. I started playing, like, I want to say, like, 7 p.m., and I ended at, like, midnight. So I was in my room alone, literally in the dark, just like Soap was, and I thought that the banter, the dialogue between Ghost and Soap was so funny. It was so humorous, and I loved the emotional side of that. It was Ghost, trying to make sure that Soap was calm because he was in a really sticky situation. I mean, obviously, if I wasn't behind the controllers, there was no way Soap was getting out of Mexico City. So, again, Alone. If you have this game and you haven't played the campaign, please, 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 at least get up to this mission, play it, and end there. It is such a cool fucking mission. When you regroup with Ghost, that was so epic. Alright, I'm not going to spoil any more about that. Prison Break, this one was okay. I had a little bit of trouble on it, like doing the spotting stuff, like sneaking around people, because you basically have to command Ghost as Soap through these cameras and through guards and shit. It was kind of cool how you can like tell him who to kill and stuff like that, but it wasn't my favorite one. Hindsight, let me think of which one this was. Laswell uncovers intel regarding his shipment. Honestly, I forgot about that one. I think you're just like shooting people, whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. Ghost Team, this one was really, really cool. I loved how, it's you kind of get like a little glimpse at his face, and I like how this is almost like well, I guess this is almost like the new Operation Kingfish, if you think about it. It's the Task Force 141 and the Cowboys, Los Vaqueros, coming together to on a rogue mission against their own. I thought that was really, really cool. I loved that. Honestly, I forget a little bit about the mission. It wasn't really my favorite, so let's move on to this last one here, which is going to be Countdown. It was very cool. It was very awesome. I guess that some other people's opinions might differ than this, but what I really wanted, what I always want at the end of every Call of Duty campaign, is a massive gunfight where you give me like an LMG or the option to have an LMG or something and just mow people down. I'm talking like the end of World at War, when like Roebuck dies and you got to fight through the palace. I'm talking the end of MW3 when you show up to the hotel to find Makarov in the Juggernaut suits. That's what I wanted. That's what I really fucking wanted. And they didn't deliver. It was a pretty calm ending. You disarm the missile or whatever, and then you detonate it in the air, whatever, and then it kind of just ends there and goes into the cutscenes. That was my only and probably my biggest problem with this campaign, is I feel like it kind of ended on a dull note. My other biggest problem with this is I don't know why they just didn't do the same Shepard's betrayal. It would have been great because how can I think of this in like a political or historical sense? You guys know what like a war hawk is? Like someone like rouses people up to like go to war, stuff like that. When you see like, I remember in MW2 when I saw Ghost and Roach die, I was like, fuck Shepard, blah blah blah, like all this stuff. It gets you angry. It makes you want to keep playing. What they could have done is they could have kind of mashed up the current story and that story as well, where it could be something like, Shepard betrays Ghost. And my theory was Rodolfo was the only main character whose name started with an R, so I thought what was going to happen, it was going to be Ghost and Rodolfo end up getting betrayed by Shepard. I thought that was going to be what was going to happen. Anyways, what I was getting back to, like the mashup between them, they could do a thing where it's like Shepard betrays them and then it goes into the next game. Because what they did in this one is Shepard is still like quote unquote on the run in going into the next game. And speaking of that, what I think they're going to do with the next game is either they're going to do something where it's automatically going into Makarov, or B, they're going to start off with you hunting down Shepard, finishing that off, and then going into Makarov, or C, Shepard will be put into a corner. He will have no one to turn to, and he will end up siding with like Makarov or somebody like that. And maybe there will be another nuclear disaster. Maybe there will be something more. I don't know. But we definitely know that No Russian is coming. That was the post-credit scene for the campaign, and you see the guy assembling the 3D printed gun, texting Makarov. So that'll definitely be coming in the next game. But it's weird because that event took place in Modern Warfare 2, so it's almost like this is Modern Warfare 2019.5, point or 2.0, if you know what I mean. It's like an extension of that game, and what could be happening is the next Modern Warfare 3, 2025, whatever it is, could be technically like the Modern Warfare 2, and maybe they'll do a Modern Warfare 4 after. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I have to say about campaign. I know this is a long video, but just briefly, I'm going to talk about multiplayer. Let me see if I can like navigate to that menu at all. It kind of takes a while on this shit. But I like multiplayer a lot. I don't really have too many complaints about it right now. I will say this: there are some bugs with the weapon challenges. Like I had to level up the Vaz neck or whatever it is to level whatever to get the mini back. I did all that, and it turns out that it was glitched, and the you actually have to rank up the AK-47U or the Kastov 74U to rank 18. And like, look at this. I'm looking at the Kastov 74U, and it's displayed as a lever action rifle. There you go. Okay. Multiplayer is pretty fun. I am very bummed that there's not a lot of maps. I wish there were just a couple more maps. It's getting kind of repetitive. Regarding the weapons and stuff like the gunsmith, I do like how you have to use like certain weapons to unlock other weapons and to unlock or to unlock attachments. I know that me and my friends love the monocle sight. The monocle sight is great because it is minimalist, so it's the closest thing you could possibly get to just a red dot in open air. I love the monocle, and you have to, level up the mini back, and before that you have to level up another gun to get the mini back. I like that a lot because it kind of gives everybody like an equal uphill chance to get what they want and get these kind of like higher powered attachments, perks, whatever it may be, weapons. As opposed to just like you rank up, you unlock them, you already have them. It's kind of nice. A lot of my friends are like casually focusing on, getting their guns gold and stuff. Right now, I'm just focusing on trying to get all the weapons unlocked, and then I can do that because holy shit, like using the Kastov 545, that gun is trash, and I had to use that. I had to rank that shit up all the way practically just to get the Kastov 74U. The Kastov 762, I believe it's called, is great, but don't use the 545. They might buff it later, but it's like shooting an airsoft gun. It's trash. All right. That's all I have to say about multiplayer, and honestly, that's really all I have to say about the whole game. I like the new game modes. Like, if I go here to filter, you'll see they have Team Deathmatch, Free-for-all, Domination, all the gray ones, but they also have ones like Prisoner Rescue and Knockout, which is like just fists and stuff like that, I believe. Oh no, never mind, it's not, but they should add a mode like that. That'd be cool. The last thing I want to talk about before I end, and my biggest overall grievance of the game, there is no hardcore, and there is no hardcore free-for-all. It's driving me fucking crazy. I think that what they're trying to do is be like, oh, well, it's going to be one game mode now because the game is like mad realistic. What we're going to do is like mesh hardcore and core together. No. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. I want to play a Call of Duty where it's whoever shoots first, not whoever survives the longest, That's what I loved about hardcore, and especially the first Modern Warfare. Like, you run around with that 357 revolver, like, no matter where you shoot somebody on the body, like, they're going down. In this, though, like, you get a hit marker with a fucking 500 caliber revolver. That's not happening. That's not happening. Where the fuck is hardcore? That's my biggest problem. Shit, I really do miss it. It's been fucking, 2 years since I played Call of Duty. Goddamn. Alright, folks. Well, yeah, it's something a little bit different on the channel, but I do plan on making more Modern Warfare 2 videos. If you don't want to see those, too bad. It's my channel. I will still have a lot of Fallout stuff coming, alongside that, if not more than Modern Warfare 2 stuff. So, yeah, if you guys want to see more of this, I definitely have, like, a lot of like tips and stuff to share about this game, and I have a video coming about how you can use human psychology to your advantage in Modern Warfare and Call of Duty in general. So keep an eye out for that. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.